Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Buffy, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today, I'm looking at Season 6, Episode 7, We Are Here, It's Once More with Feeling. So I'm not sure how well this episode will translate, seeing as I probably can't play any of the song clips. I'll try, but we'll see how it goes. We begin the episode with a very different take on the theme and opening credits. Before Buffy is woken up by her alarm, Tara finds the flower under her pillow, Xander and Anya look at a bridal magazine, the Scoobies do research, and Buffy goes on patrol where she starts singing.
Every single night, the same arrangement, I go out and fight the fight.
She sings about everything feeling stale and samey as she's attacked by a vampire, but she stakes him. A couple of vamps and a demon start dancing before Buffy kills two of them.
She's not even half the girl
She rescues some guy but isn't interested in his gratitude and finishes her song as she dusts the final vampire. The next day, Buffy goes to the magic box and discovers that everyone also burst into song last night, which Xander is very disturbed by, so they agree to research with a song. Giles' theory is that it's a dancing demon, Willow thinks they're trapped in a kid's nightmare again, and Xander thinks it's evil witches.
Which is ridiculous, because witches, they were persecuted, wicked, good, and love the earth and women power, and I'll be over here.
Anya, on the other hand, thinks bunnies are to blame, but Buffy decides that it doesn't matter as long as they're together, they can sort it out.
Nothing we can face, except for bunnies.
Buffy's not super worried, but thinks they should check it out anyway, and Anya wonders if it's just them. Nope, writer David Fury and half the town are singing about dry cleaning.
It's not just us.
Dawn steals a necklace while Willow and Tara excuse themselves from research to go for a walk, where some guys check Tara out.
Oh my god, I'm cured. I want the boys.
Before she bursts into song about how she felt in shadows until Willow came along and made her believe in herself, and the scene transitions to their bedroom where Willow's head is no longer in shot for a reason. A man tap dances in the street until he bursts into flames and dies at the feet of this well-dressed demon, and the next morning Xander has cancelled work for fear of another song and dance routine. But I've got bad news for you, buddy. Anya starts singing about their life and he joins in with back and forth about each other's bad habits.
His penis got diseases from a Shumash tribe.
And how scared they are about their relationship falling apart. And they have a dance break before deciding they don't want to tell each other about their fears. They complain to Giles about all their secrets coming out in song form as they pass writer Marty Noxon trying to sing her way out of a parking ticket before the three of them discuss people bursting into flames. Buffy visits Spike, who claims he's immune before trying to kick her out, but too late. He starts singing about why she keeps coming back to him, and asks to be left alone in one of my favourite songs in the whole episode.
Stop visiting my grave and let me rest in peace.
It definitely helps that James Masters is a singer in real life and played the guitar for the song too. They go to the graveyard where Spike interrupts a funeral by jumping on the coffin and scattering the guests, and Buffy tackles him into the open grave before running away.
So, you're not staying then?
Tara tells Dawn they're looking into a demon who could be causing all the singing, and Dawn says she's glad her and Willow made up. But realizing she can't remember, Tara rushes off, leaving Dawn to look at her stash of stolen goods. And she starts to sing before she's kidnapped by creepy-ass doll things. She wakes up in the bronze and performs a dance number, something trained ballet dancer Michelle Trachtenberg requested instead of a song. And she's thrown to the feet of the snazzy demon, who seamlessly changes clothes. Like seriously, I've watched it so many times and I can't see the cut. He sings about how she invited him, and I adore Hinton Battle's voice and his name.
'Cause I know what you feel, girl.
No, seriously, these guys are creepy. And Sweet warns Dawn that singing and dancing too much causes spontaneous combustion. And he says because she summoned him, she's gonna be his bride. Dawn tries to reason with him, explaining she's only 15, before dropping the Slayer card, which interests Sweet, and he orders his goons to go find her. Buffy is in training with Giles, but when she mentions not being able to cope without him, he starts singing about how he's holding her back.
Wish I could play the father and take you by the hand.
And it's a damn good song, where he realizes he's standing in the way of her being able to grow. Tara looks at the flower and discovers it's screwing with her memory, and she really is under Willow's spell. And we get a banging duet between Tara and Giles, who both plan on leaving the ones they love.
I just wish I could stay.
And as the song ends, Spike drags in one of the goons, who in a funny turn builds up for a big song, only to just simply tell Buffy they have Dawn at the Bronze before running off.
So, Dawn's in trouble. Must be Tuesday.
Giles says Buffy must go alone, which Spike isn't a fan of, but she dismisses him and he storms off, which starts a new song. Buffy sings that no matter how hard the path is, she must tread it, and Spike decides he should help her along the way, while Giles worries that he's made a mistake and rallies the troops, and they all head out to rescue Dawn.
Showtime.
Dawn tells Buffy that she didn't summon Sweet, so she offers to trade places and be damned instead of her. And when Sweet asks if she treasures life, Buffy starts singing and kicking ass, beating one guy down and stabbing another as the others arrive, providing backup before Sweet invites Buffy up on stage, where she admits that she was in heaven, and with nothing else to do, she starts dancing. But hold on a second, where did the stabbed guy go, and who's this guy? And this one has definitely moved closer to the stage. She dances until she smokes, but Spike stops her and reminds her that life is hard, but she needs to keep on living.
The pain that you feel, you only can heal by living.
The hardest thing in this world is to live in it.
And without the fireworks he was hoping for, Sweet plans to leave with Dawn, seeing as she's wearing his necklace. But it turns out that Xander was the one who summoned Sweet. But not fancying him as his bride, he agrees to leave with one final song.
Say you're happy now, once more with feeling.
Even though Sweet is gone, there's time for one last number where they all wonder what their future will hold.
Understand we'll go hand in hand, but we'll walk alone in fear.
Tell me.
Spike has had enough of this bullshit and leaves, with Buffy following him to sing at him, and they kiss to end the episode. Well, that was iconic. I mean, probably the best musical episode of TV ever, and definitely one of the top Buffy episodes of all time. What makes this musical episode work so well is there's a reason behind the singing and dancing, and each song is tailor-made for each character and their established story, and they're damn catchy. It definitely helps to have 3 singers in the cast, Anthony, James, and Amber, so their songs are banging, but Emma Caulfield has a beautiful voice, and Nicholas Brennan puts his all into his parts. Sarah Michelle Gellar apparently hated every second of having to sing, but her voice is good. Not the strongest compared to some of her co-stars, but I think that works really well for her character. She's never been the most refined at getting her point across, so why would it be any different when she sings? I may be hating on Willow this season, but Alison Hannigan is my exact singing voice and begged Joss Whedon not to give her any major singing to do, which is why she only has a couple of lines in the group songs. But I also think that her not having a solo fits in well with her character. Sweet's presence makes people sing their inner feelings, which is why Xander and Anya sing about their relationship, Spike wants to be left alone, Giles thinks Buffy will never progress while he's around, and Buffy admits she was in heaven. But what would Willow sing about? She clearly has a problem, but is oblivious and arrogantly thinks she's doing nothing wrong. So what would she actually sing about? This episode collides all the plot points season 6 has to offer, which will dictate the course of the rest of the show. Tara realizes what Willow has been doing to her, which will continue into the next episode, and honestly, her realization combined with her lyrics,
You know I've been through hell, Willow, don't you see? There'll be nothing left of me.
is heartbreaking, further cementing my point that Willow is doing the same thing to Tara that her family did. I feel for Giles, I really do. He's a watcher who's had his slayer die twice, he's fought alongside of her, saving the world multiple times, his body and mind has been through a hell of a lot, and now he's expected to be a surrogate parent to 2 children, one of whom isn't or wasn't real until recently. Buffy's become very reliant on him and is taking him for granted, so I don't blame him for planning on leaving. And also, he's leaving the only family he has, and the only life he has, for the ultimate good of his slayer, who he doesn't even know can handle what life will throw at her. There's so much to unpack with this episode, but I think a really important point is something I've been saying throughout the show. It seems to be the outsider Scoobies who notice things are wrong or do something about it. Case in point here, when Buffy is dancing and burning, everyone stands there there and watches, and it's Spike who has to step in to save her, even though he was the last one in the room. He also gave her some great advice, so no wonder she gave him a smooch at the end, after leaving her friends before the end of the song. Finally, can we just talk about how awesome Hinton Battle was as Sweet? What a voice, what a legend. We have a bigger body count than I remember, and yes, it got a bit confusing with teleporting henchmen randomly disappearing, but I counted 7 deaths. 1 human who danced himself on fire, 3 vampires all killed during the opening number, and 3 demons, 1 who owed his way out of the opening number, and 2 of the creepy puppet henchmen dispatched by Buffy, which brings our running total to 2 humans, 13 vampires, and 14 demons. So there you have it. That was Once More with Feeling. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be sired by my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.